People today are getting more and more addicted, and I'm not just talking about the usual stuff like alcohol or the hard substances. No, modern addiction is literally sitting in your pocket, buzzing every 5 minutes. It's like we've collectively developed an allergy to boredom. We've reached a point where many of us can't even eat in peace anymore, without grabbing our phones and scrolling through Instagram as if the food would magically taste better if someone on our screen is yelling at us. We've completely forgotten how to handle silence for even 5 minutes without twitching like something's wrong. And when we give in to these habits too much, we slowly slip into a life we don't even want. We turn into remote-controlled zombies who stare at screens, shovel fast food into our mouths, and spend hours watching other people live the life we wish we had. If we don't break these destructive patterns, we end up stuck in a dead end. Or worse, we become bitter couch potatoes watching real life pass us by while we chase high scores in games no one cares about. But on the other side, we could be more productive, more confident, and honestly, a lot happier. I know, we've all tried to quit these habits, only to wake up the next day starting from zero again. It's a constant battle, but don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to take your life back into your own hands, without losing your mind. The dopamine trap. Why we're really addicted. Before we talk solutions, we need to understand how our brain tricks us. Addiction happens deep in the reward center. But there's a huge misconception here. Most people think dopamine is the feel-good friend that makes us happy. Wrong. Dopamine is more like that annoying street vendor who promises you things he could never deliver. It's not the pleasure hormone. It's the fuel for our cravings, the hormone of anticipation. Your dopamine spikes the moment your phone vibrates. Your brain screams, "Something great is about to happen. Someone texted me. Maybe I even won the lottery." But usually, it's just a random newsletter or an ant sending a cat sticker. It's the promise of a reward that pulls us in. But then the oldest truth kicks in. Whatever goes up must come down. And it usually crashes before we're even done scrolling because the anticipation is always more exciting than the thing itself. And once the stimulation is over, boom, the curve drops even lower. Not back to normal, but below your baseline. The dopamine roller coaster dives straight into nothingness. And when that happens, we feel empty, tired, unmotivated, and annoyed at everything. It's that feeling when you look up after 3 hours of TikTok and you're not even sure what year it is, and you just feel gross. But our brain hates that state. It wants to avoid discomfort, so it begs for the next hit of anticipation, which is why we grab the phone again, not for fun, just to feel normal again. It's an endless roller coaster that eventually just makes you sick. And the more intense the dopamine spikes, whether from algorithms, sugar, or video games, the harder the crash. These constant hits train your brain to crave only quick rewards. For someone with a TikTok brain, reading a book feels as exciting as watching paint dry. So, how do we uninstall these habits for real? Step 1. The brutally honest audit, the shock factor. We love lying to ourselves, so you need hard facts. Grab your phone right now. Open your screen time settings. Look at the number. Is it 4 hours? Let's do the math. 4 hours a day equals 60 full days per year. That's 2 whole months you weren't sleeping or living, just staring at a glowing rectangle. If you live to 80, that's over 10 years spent scrolling. Write that number on a piece of paper. Stick it on your mirror. Let it hit you. But knowing the problem is useless if your phone is still sitting next to you like a loaded weapon. Which leads us to Step 2. Make it physically harder. Humans are naturally lazy, and that's great when you use it right. If chocolate is on the table, we eat it. If the phone is on the nightstand, we scroll. The rule: add at least 20 seconds of resistance. Remove your charger from the bedroom. Buy a $10 alarm clock so your phone isn't the first thing you see every morning. Pro tip: switch your phone to grayscale. Suddenly, Instagram looks like an Excel sheet and your brain loses interest. Make the bad habit invisible, ugly, and hard to reach. But be careful. Even when you put your phone away, something dangerous happens. An emotional void. If you don't fill that void, the addiction comes back instantly. Step 3. Replace consumption with creation. A vacuum always fills with trash unless you intentionally put something meaningful in it. You can't just stop. You have to start. I didn't beat my gaming addiction with willpower. I beat it by starting this YouTube channel. I wanted to create something instead of being passively entertained. Find something where you can see real results. Learn guitar until your fingers hurt. Cook without checking your phone. Go outside and lift heavy things. When you're in a state of flow and creating, you forget about your phone automatically. Sounds productive, right? But there's still one big problem. We're always busy, but we're still running away from silence. And that's where the biggest breakthrough waits for you. Step 4. Relearn boredom. This is the hardest step, and I mean that. We've forgotten how to be bored, but boredom is where the best ideas are born. Why do you get your best ideas in the shower? Because you literally can't use your phone there. Your challenge: tomorrow morning, walk for 10 minutes. No phone, no music, no podcast, just you and your thoughts. It will feel weird at first. Your brain will scream for distraction, but stay with it. Your brain needs to relearn that silence isn't a threat. It's a reset button. But here's the thing, even if you master silence, it won't help long-term if deep down you still see yourself as the same addicted person. Step 5. Change your identity, not just your behavior. This is where we talk about the secret stuff, the incognito mode habits. Yes, I mean things like porn addiction. As long as you tell yourself, I'm a smoker trying to quit, you'll fail. You have to change your identity. I once asked myself, would the dream woman I want to be with respect a man who secretly wastes his nights online? The answer was a loud no, so I had to become that man first, before I could ever meet her. The technique: ask your future self, what would a healthy, successful version of you do right now? Would a top athlete eat that entire bag of chips? Would a successful entrepreneur watch 3 hours of cat videos? Choose the version of you that you want to become, not the zombie you used to be. But here's your warning. Even the strongest identity will crack sometimes. And this is exactly where freedom is won or lost. Step 6. The 2-day rule for relapses. Perfection is a lie. You will slip. You will waste an evening and hate yourself afterward. That's okay. You're human, not a robot. But here's the iron rule. Never miss 2 days in a row. 1 bad day is an accident. 2 bad days is the start of a new bad habit. If you were weak today, that's not a reason to give up. It's your reason to come back twice as strong tomorrow. Forgive the mistake, but never accept the repetition. If you follow these steps, leaving your bad habits behind becomes so much easier. And by the way, most people think discipline means pain, struggle, and suffering. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be that way? In the next video, I'll show you how to actually enjoy discipline and become addicted to your own success, not to likes or meaningless digital points. You definitely don't want to miss that. So before you go, hit subscribe. Not for me, for you. Because this is where you start leveling up your life.